What up, gamers? Fans are here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, let's continue here with the story about, 3 out of 4, I would say, ways to go. Yeah, I'm sure the next one will be the last video for me to do it. Texas Hold'em, blackjack, electronic dice, slot machines, roulette tables. They really do have everything here. The illumination from the luxurious decorations and lurid lighting meld together as gamblers move back and forth between tables, lost in this hollow enjoyment. Chongju and Cheetah dart between the crowd, searching for a clue about how to get to the B1 deck. Those two rich patrons I saw at the bar earlier are gone. Leader, look, do you think they went there? Chongju looks where Cheetah is pointing. A pair of black-suited guards are standing in front of the grand-looking door. This door seems quiet and sedate compared to the liveliness of the rest of the casino. There's something written on it. Let me see. VIP area, only for guests with gold chips. Wow, what's this VIP area? And what are those gold chips? Is there a super casino in there or something? When that wealthy guest mentioned a special event, he flashed at a stack of chips which looked like they were made of gold. It looked really suspicious. Looks like we'll need to think of a way to get in there. Cheetah, how much cash do you have on hand and that we can exchange for chips? Right now, about 500 credits worth, I suppose. Or I guess. But leader, that's the last of my candy fund. Could you help make up for the rest for me? I don't have much cash on hand either. All we can do is hope that the gold chips don't cost too much to redeem. Chongju and Cheetah pull their cash and head to the casino's cage. Welcome, ladies. Will you be buying chips tonight? How much are the gold chips? The dealer smiles and pulls back the red cloth inside the cage, gesturing to the labeled numbers below. It is as you see. 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. Holy cow, 5 zeros. So each one is 100 grand? This is insane. You might as well just grab a gun and rob people at this point. Chongju ignores Cheetah's protest. Her expression is one of serenity. Understood. I'll buy 2,000 credits worth of chips for now, thank you. Cheetah squeezes the 2 little chips they just bought in her fist and drags Chongju off to a corner of the casino. Clearly, she has something to say. Is this really happening, leader? Did our money disappear just like that? And even after all that, we only got these 2 measly little chips. Are you seriously planning to win 100,000 credits with a stake of 2,000? I was, actually. Yeah, I'm sure Chongju, I'm gonna guess she's going to somehow manipulate the odds in these games. Oh, you know what, Cheetah? Cheetah probably has some inventions where she can, mess with the odds. Huh? Are you for real? Then we should just hold up everyone here. It would be way faster that way. I mean, when it comes to gambling, we'll be totally screwed if we lose just once, right? Cheetah, you've forgotten the most important thing. What's that? You mean like how we can claim everything if we lose from caretaker's caretaker as a business expense? No. What's important is that we don't lose. Saying so, Chongju takes the chips from Cheetah before flipping them up into the air and neatly catching them. We are dolls, and that's why we will not lose. For a moment, Cheetah stares blankly at the gleaming confidence in Chongju's eyes. Then she gets what Chongju is hinting at. A wicked grin spreads across Cheetah's face as she rubs up against Chongju's. Hehe, I get it. So you're going to cheat then? Is that it, leader? It's not cheating, just leveraging our advantage as dolls. Chongju looks at the card tables in the distance. I was observing how the tables were distributed in the casino. Each one has 5 dealers and a supervisor, and they have IR scanners under each table to keep players from cheating. We probably won't have much luck trying to pull off sleight of hand at the gambling tables. The slot machines are fully automatic and appear to be a good choice, but there are too many punters around them, and there is no way we can do anything with so many eyes watching. Huh? Doesn't that mean we're out of options? We still have this. Chongju exchanges a look with Cheetah, and then they approach one with the electronic tables. Upon detecting someone nearby, A mechanical arm lifts a touchscreen and presents it to the pair. Chongju taps it, and the edges of the table light up. A hologram of a virtual dealer appears over the table, the center of the table, and bows to them. Esteemed guest number 03425, welcome to the Carnival Cubic DB01 Online Entertainment System. Please select the game you would like to play and insert your chips into the slot on the right. During the game, please refrain from striking, damaging, or attempting to disassemble the machine. Since it's a network device, we should be able to hack it through level 2. Oh, level 2. The plan is to stop the data pertaining to failures and only let the successful data through. Oh, so you're saying we can directly access the casino network and mess with the results? Precisely. The Gerard Group provided this special service for gamblers who had difficulties going to offline casinos, but it's turning out to be a godsend for us instead. Chungju smiles and slips her chips into the machine. The dice on the screen begin spinning at high speed. Let's go for the mode with the simplest rules, high and low. I estimate 6 rounds should be enough for us to go from 2,000 to 100,000 credits. I know we maintain a signal spoofing for longer. Wouldn't that be better? We'll trigger the system alerts if we do it for too long. It's less risky this way. All we need to do is work fast in level 2. Are you ready, Cheetah? The game is about to begin. Come on, this genius has been waiting for this. Alright. Yeah, sorry if I kind of sound weird. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, sorry if I sound weird. I am a bit, like, stuffy nose right now, so maybe I am sounding a bit weird. Are these the dice programs for the Carnival Cubic? They're small and square and pretty cute. Cheetah, don't get careless. I can only spoof the error signals for a few rounds. We need to take care of this ASAP. So that means we gain points, but not lose them. Relax, leader. I won't hold you back. Playing games is serious business for me. Okay, wait, this is different. Oh, wow. This is pretty cool, so what are we supposed to do here? Sensible betting high level 1. Selects a carnival cube within 4 tiles and roll a die. Are we actually, like, gambling here? There's high and low. I mean, I don't know how to really gamble, to be honest. So, I'll do my best. Oh no. Oh, that was good? Okay, that was good. I forgot what was the ability there. Oh, I see. I chose the high one, so if I get 4, 5, or 6, I gain 20,000 points. Okay. So I can choose... It rolls a 6. Like, you know, rolls a 6-sided die. If it's 1, 2, or 3, gain 20,000, and for the rest, if you choose high, get 20,000 as well. I'll go with high. Oh. Only... Okay, so you can do, like, multiple for Cheetah, I guess? Like a multi-hit? I think this is really cool. Yeah, we got 2 high. Let's go for low. Oh, it was high. And yeah, you get like 12 turns for this. This is very easy. Yeah, we got 1 at least. 6 there. Look at that, it says win within 4 turns. Just imagine that, like, imagine you get so unlucky that you can't even, like, do the optional objective. The spinning die gradually slows down and eventually comes to a halt with the 6 facing up. The Carnival Cubic machine plays upbeat music. Ding ding ding! Congratulations on winning again. Guest number 03425. Do you wish to continue betting? We've scored the 100k we need. Let's wrap things up. Chongju clicks the quit button, and a flood of chips pour out of the chutes amidst the sound of clinks and beeps. Wow, leader, we're rich! Huh? Cheetah takes out the sole golden chip from the pile. It ma- its mass takes her by surprise. Wait a minute. I think this chip is made from actual gold. Is this the Gerard group giving out these out like just like that? Hmm. Well, 100,000 credits is pretty close to the price you pay for actual gold. Is that how it is? Then this place is a gold mine. I wish we had more time to earn more. Then we could hit it to the caretaker's caretaker. Beep beep beep. Cheetah's muttering is interrupted by an alert. Chongju turns away to take Tololo's call. Leader, the cruise ship has come to a halt in the bay that's surrounded by mountains on three sides. A bay that's fenced in by mountains. Choosing such a well-hidden location suggests that their special event isn't something they want others to see. That's what Miss Hellion said too. She sent 2 support echelons and a helicopter over. We're currently shadowing the liner. If anything happens, we'll be able to support you ASAP. Alright, be careful. Don't let the external guard spot you. Understood. We've also finished analyzing the vessel structure. I'll send a 2D map to you later. Once you find Lin, you can evac by following the indicated route. I'll pick you up on the deck. Good work, Tololo. You're almost as efficient as this genius. What? Why isn't anyone talking? After a brief silence, Tololo awkwardly clears her throat. Also, I learned something about the matter you asked me to investigate. What did you find out? The Novalis belongs to a toy company. It's a place that the company uses to host charity events, and many media outlets have reported on it. Its CEO, Madame Celia, would often bring her son Carl to these events. The toys Carl had created have also made the news. The heir to the toy company, in other words, that Mr. Holtz. That's right, Carl's full name is Carl Holtz. The contact information he gave to Griffin was correct. But why would someone who runs a charity want to kidnap Lynn? Also, the inside of this boat is about as far as from non-profit as you can get. You're right, it isn't connected to charity at all, because Madame Celia passed away from an illness 6 years ago, and her toy company went down with her. Currently, the ownership of the liner has been transferred to Carl's father, Yakov. Oh, I remember that name. He was that jerk who was building robots for the Gerard group. So you're saying this kidnapping was a masterminded by the father and the son duo? Something's not quite right. After putting together all the information Tololo has given, Chongju falls silent for a while. Since Carl's father is a Gerard group researcher, he ought to have a way to get those berserk robots under control. Why did he go out of his way to get a PMC to clean up this mess? Could he have been trying to get us to pick up that ID card? That would make it even weirder. Given the Gerard group's wealth and power, they would definitely have access to in-house paramilitary forces. They wouldn't need to hire criminals like the Varyogers, and they most certainly wouldn't need to resort to such roundabout means to kidnap Lind. The most likely possibility is that Carl didn't want to draw the group's attention, and all this was simply a personal initiative. So you're saying Yakov doesn't know about this? Indeed. Everything's been going smoothly all night, from boarding the vessel to the ID check. Even the ship's security forces have been replaced by robots for the most part. I think it's less that he doesn't know, and more like he isn't even on the ship at all. Both sides of the line go silent. Well, even if we know all of this, we still don't know what the kidnappers are trying to accomplish. There's still too much that we don't know. All we can do is head down to the B1 deck and see if we can try to find more clues. Yep, seeing is believing. After all, let's go, go, go. After ending the transmission with Tololo, Chongju and Cheetah arrive at the door marked in VIP area. Can we go in? One moment, please. The security guard takes the gold chip and presses it to a sensor on the door. There's a beep, and then the door slowly slides open, revealing a lavishly decorated elevator. Please proceed, ladies. It's a lift. Looks like our guest was on the mark. I hope we'll be able to see Lynn soon. The pair enter the elevator while holding these thoughts in their hearts. The heavy doors separate the inside and the outside like a wall. There's a muffled commotion from behind the door, as though the wind is being muffled by some invisible membrane. As the feeling of weightlessness from the elevator's descent grows, this noise becomes clearer. Until the elevator comes to a halt, the door slowly opens. Here we go, the arena. And wow, this is all on a boat. It's like a pretty massive room. Shouts and screaming fill the air, and a mix of sweat, blood, and stimulants hit them in the face like a physical blow. What on earth is this place? Unlike the brightly lit 1FB1 is dim and with blood red lighting. In the center of it is a huge circular arena surrounded by maniacal fans. Their formal attire cannot hide the bloodlust in their eyes. The sound of cheers and curses blend together, as though this is their paradise of release. And in the arena, a red doll and a blue doll are engaged in combat. Do we know these? I mean, when I hear red and blue, I don't know why. I think of Krolik as red, but then Kolfin as blue. I don't think Lyn belongs to any of those. But yeah, I don't think Kolfin at least probably wouldn't be there. Maybe Krolik, because she is red, and I feel like she would be a arena fighter, like perfect for that. But it could just be like just random dolls, I assume, that they're just describing right now. The payout odds for both sides fluctuate on the overhead screen, and the shifting numbers have the audience in their grasp. It's as though the entire B1 deck is in the grip of some indescribable frenzy. How could this be happening? Don't tell me they kidnapped Lyn to... Oh! Suddenly, an air-splitting cheer comes from the crowd. Changju and Cheetah look toward the arena. The red doll has her foot firmly planted on the blue doll's head, and the shiny floorboards reflected her crushed, distorted face. Oh, that's kind of sad, man. So yeah, pretty much an underground, fighting arena. The red doll raises her sword. Her sword! Hold on, is this really Krolik? I thought maybe it would just be a random combatant. They said sword. It could be. What if it's also there's another red swordsman. The first doll I wanted to get with the sword, the other sword user. I forgot her name already. Ulrid. Yeah, what if it's Ulrid? Imagine that's how she also enters the story here too, like meeting the commander. Because I assume, like, at some point in this story, we gotta meet the commander. Aims for her opponent's shoulder joint and forcefully drives her weapon home. I mean, would Krolik do this though? I mean, I feel like this is so cruel. Yeah, would Krolik want to do this? Or even Ulrid too. It feels way too brutal, I feel like maybe she would want to try to at least, stall the fight, maybe give the commander some time to, like, stop this. Grah! The blue doll's right arm is parted from the rest of her body, and she rolls several meters away, coming to a halt at the edge of the arena. The disarmed blue doll curls up on the ground, moaning in pain. The doll's pitiful cries are immediately drowned out by the cheers of the audience. I just realized now, what if this whole story here takes place like way before Krolik has joined the Elmo? What if this is Krolik's origin story? Because I don't know her origin story. I haven't looked it up. If there's like some extra side stories in this game, I have not looked it up. What if this is how Krolik, this is her origin story, and then at some point maybe the Frostfall squad, told her to find a commander or something after freeing everyone here. I don't know. In the very next moment, the big screen above the ring zooms in on the red doll's cold eyes. It is Krolik. Okay. They finally showed her. And it's with a question mark too, so that's kind of curious. I'm guessing they added it because it's a, like a surprise, like Krolik. Let's go and continue. Or it could just be like, we don't know if that's for sure Krolik. Oi, you awake? That'd be really crazy if that is really, like, the origin of Krolik. Like, maybe before she was made for the arena, And then, Frostfall freed her, and then told her the direction of the commander to join him. Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily toward the voice. Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Awake then, are you? Carl presses a button on his remote. There's a crisp click, and the bindings on the electric chair disengage. Stand up and walk around. Lynn stands up and mechanically walks around the room, then awaits Carl's next command. Turn in place, then sit back down. After seeing Lynn execute his commands to the letter, Carl claps his hands in delight. I didn't think the beta virus would be so effective. Even a rush copy of 45% of the code segments is still enough to control a doll's neural cloud. No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they're possessed once they get infected by it. Oh, so that could be it too. So Krolik could have been like, infected by this virus, and that's why she's fighting like that. Like all like bloodthirsty and stuff. Like no hesitation, they just kept on fighting and like just dismembering the dolls. Why did Dad sit on such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me? Good stuff. I was just pretending to space out and he totally fell for it. Dude, Lynn is so funny, man. Such a troll. Seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Talk about a stupid moron of a Nepo baby. Once again, Lynn lambasts Carl's intelligence in the confines of her mind. Forget it. This actually helps bypass all kinds of problems. I might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. That data assault on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't fought back in time, my neural cloud would have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Still, wasn't this virus targeted toward Gerard dolls? I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Could it be that Gerard dolls use the same base layer technology as the IOP dolls? Before Lynn can reach a conclusion, Carl gives her another order. Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about the arena rules and your opponent tonight. Here it comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to. Lynn walks over to Carl's side. While Lynn was mentally prepared for what she might see in an arena, the sight before her still hits her hard. The screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is viciously chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Lynn's tolerance for disgust. As you can see, there's no rules in the doll arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's frame. Simply put, whoever reduces their opponents to scrap first wins. Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cuts her opponent in half at the waist. This is your opponent tonight, Krolik, who's known as K09 here. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the green zones, she was one of the 2 most popular fighters there. Do you know why that is? Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was the most entertaining, and of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Yeah, this does sound like the origin story for Krolik. Because yeah, he talked about like how she was also part of like other arenas too, so this was like her life. Wow. Unfortunately, the real Krolik escape... Wait, what? The real Krolik escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee. So wait. So this is a clone of Krolik. Okay. So yeah. I'm guessing this is not the past. This is This seems to be a clone because there's the real Krolok and the fake Krolok. Okay. And then apparently there was a partner too. Even though they usually try their best to kill each other on the ring, they decided to be all buddy-buddy at a time like that. Dolls make me sick. Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity. Yeah, forget it. Why am I telling a doll like you all this? Carl throws up his hands in exasperation. The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently, so in order to whet the investors' appetite, Dad modified one of the Krolyk's replica frames into the KO9 unit. It preserves the original Krolyk's fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is a one-to-one match. Unsurprisingly, the KO9 is undefeated in the arena. It's won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. This is why I've brought you here. I want you to replace the KO9 and become the new king of the ring. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? What? So it was for such a stupid reason. That's why I hate unreasonable violence. It takes a great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up. No, now's not the time to fight back. If the commander was here, or even just leader, they'd tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm. The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much is exactly getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said. Understood. My mission is to help you destroy the doll that your dear father went all that effort to build. Yes, good. Carl nods in satisfaction. That tone, though, it sounds strange. Is sarcasm a factory default setting for you? Never mind, it doesn't matter. As long as you blow KO9 apart with your shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you, and you'll become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Meanwhile, I'll have the grounds to talk terms with Father. I'll have proven that I can influence the family business, and that I'm the one who deserves who most deserves to operate Mother's cruise liner. How's that? Isn't that a win-win plan worthy of a genius? Carl looks at Lynn's blank face and seems a little disappointed. Father was like this too. He'd either mock me or ignore me every day. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just too boring. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want. You just said that having me get rid of KO9 was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked me. Of course. If I just wanted a fighter, buying a tactical doll from the black market would have been simple enough. But the arena isn't a battlefield. It's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspect of it are more important than the fighting elements. Like pain, for instance. Carl chuckles and then taps the ULSD dossier on his table. I know you were an experimental unit with the simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive pain is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone these fighters. Most of them are defects Father produced in the process of producing third-gen dolls. Most don't even have mature neural cloud modules loaded. They're failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands. So even pain can become an object of scientific study. If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We'll be working together for a good long time anyway, so the more you understand, the better. The scene on the monitor changes to a video log of an experiment. The shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. Commencing experiment number GR00237. Now collecting data on the Edge implements injury. The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs it into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. The test subject screams echo through the chamber, while the researchers look down at their clipboards and scribble notes, all as though all this was just a footnote to completing their experiments. Experiments number GR00237 Control Group. Begin procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is now a doll. A researcher jabs his scalpel into the doll's arms once, twice, over and over again until he has produced suffering like what that human endured. Huh? What? Why? Why were they doing this? Lynn feels her neural cloud temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now, it fills her with utter, boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then it comes back together before her eyes over and over again. The lingering pain from the virus awakens, traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her synth skin. Ow, that hurts. The last time I felt that was when... Oh. Lynn squeezes her eyes shut. Memories pour in like a tide. Those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics and all the helplessness and misery suddenly felt exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindingly bright surgical light, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researchers' faces, and the way she curled up from the pain. She remembers the question she used to ponder back then. What did I feel back when I was chosen to be a test subject? Was it despair, fear, discontent? No, back then, I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask these things. I even thought my pain was the whole reason I existed. So wait, I do want to see something again. So like first, it was like... there was a test subject. I guess I thought I saw it was like a guy on the table. I guess it could have been a girl too. So like, did Lynn, like, was she originally a human and then became a doll? Because it says the test subject is now a doll. Or like did they change the test subject? I need to look back at that again if I remember to do that. So yeah, I don't know if that means that if she was a human before. Like, I don't know if I read that wrong, like, or like, you know, took that in wrong. Because I thought, you know, what I saw first was like a real human being experimented on, and then they just turned to a doll. Okay. Just like these test subjects and these arena fighters, they're being treated as tools to be used and discarded by their masters, and they think it's perfectly natural. But I know better now. I know this isn't right. I met people who showed me the truth, giving their all with correct words and correct actions, in order to show that what was done to me was wrong. And then recalls the faces of many people, the commander, Kalina, Hellion, the others from Frostfall, and many others beside, all friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like in this video. So this time, it's my turn to... Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lynn out of her thoughts and back to reality. Hey, you haven't moved a muscle for a full 3 minutes. What's the matter? Did you blue screen or something? Was that virus too strong? Did it burn out your neural cloud or something? Crap, I hope not. That would be really bad. Knock knock. A series of rapid knocks interrupts his words, and a waiter's voice speaks from the outside the door. Master Carl, your father just called. It would be best if you attended to it immediately. What? Carl's face falls instantly. He rushes over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions. What'd he say? Your father sounded pretty angry and he was on the way back. so I was worried that he might have found out about your plan. Didn't he go to live with his staff to prepare for the technical summit? Didn't he say it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? I'm not very sure. Dang it, dang it, dang it. He's always ruining things for me at the most important moment. Take me to the deck right now and think of a way to delay him. The door slams shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Carl and the waiter gradually fades into the distance. Lynn breathes a sigh of relief. Ooh. And here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time. After that, Lynn connects herself to the command console and begins planning her next move. Fortunately, I still have the virus data that I copied from the mansion robots. Since the robots going out of control was caused by a virus, then uploading it to all the security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. Once they all go berserk, I'll wait for the right moment to lead the dolls out of here and make our escape. Lynn looks at the clock on the wall and the endlessly progressing flow of time. While there are still many variables in the plan, given the situation, she'll just have to take things one step at a time. I don't have time to decrypt the security routine. I'll just break through it by force. Is this level 2? Here we go. Start. Now why is that little puddle there? I don't know. Now let's go. You know, I have been trying to work on Tololo. You know, since she is like corrosion based, I do want to see if I can make a team with Klukai and Michidu with her. But yeah, we'll see if I can make that happen. Oh, look at these spiders here. And that flying moth? Is that a moth? I don't remember seeing that before, I think. Yeah, I don't remember at all. Okay. Whatever that flying bug is, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright, good, we killed it. It did look kind of creepy. Hey! Let's go. Does that puddle like grow? Like every turn or what? I can't tell. I'm not sure if it does. But yeah, you guys need to interact with the target. Okay. Oh jeez. Yeah, I kind of forgot about her kit. It does look pretty cool. Almost there. Cheetah's like one step away. Just one step away. Oh, Tololo got it instead. If only Leader and the others were here. Doing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. A few more minutes and the ship's defenses will be completely paralyzed. Maybe I can use this time to find the exact locations of the imprisoned dolls. Let me see. The database should be here, right? I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. And what are these next to it? Encrypted documents. I can't open them. Meh. I'll just copy them all and worry about them later. The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of hard leather shoes on the metal passes through the audible through the door, accompanied by Carl's cursing. You useless dude, why did you make such a big fuss, even though nothing happened? As the master of the Novalis, I order you to bring my match forward right now. But, no buts, and I don't care what the back-end people have to say about it either. You will begin the match before Father returns. Crap, that Carl guy is back. Copy progress at 97, 98. Lynn's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster. Come on, just a little more. The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal, then takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position. Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times, but finds nothing amiss. Then, he glares at Lynn. Are you awake? Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Seeing Lin wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frazzled nerves somewhat. Whew, seriously, screw that old fart. He keeps messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed, and it looks like we won't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next. Just as well. The virus should kick in around that time. Alright, I'll play with you then. Ignorant of Lin's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath, and then his confident smile returns to his face. Let's go. It's time we've made our entrance. Alright. I forgot how much we did. I think we just did 2 so far, right? We might just do like maybe around 10 minutes worth of the next one here. Oh, we're gonna fight Krolik. Here we go. Yeah, we might just do like 10 minutes worth and then save the rest for the next video. Bang. The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses its other arm and stumbles back, its neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's vitals and delivering a fatal blow. In the next moment, the blue doll keels over, and the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars from the audience grew louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her! Target destruction command. Load complete. Yeah. The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. There is a crunch of electronic components splintering, and then the arena is filled with deafening screams. Oh! In response to the audience's cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart into the air. Then, she turns and vanishes backstage. Leader, what's the purpose of bringing all those dolls aboard the ship? Just so they can be thrown into this underground arena? I can't accept this. This is too much. How could something like this happen? I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. Looks like that crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them. I'm guessing that's a reference to like maybe a story in the first game. I can maybe see that. What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before? Yes, I heard that doll arenas like these used to be very popular in the green zones for a while. Back then, they were run by mobsters and they purchased modification and smuggling of dolls on the black market. It was very common. But ever since StateSec began their doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, such organizations began to decline and the governments began strengthening regulation of the use of tactical dolls. From the looks of things, they're back. They just fled to the border between the green and yellow zones. So those jerks from back then are walking around without care in the world now? This isn't right. We can't be sure. Perhaps the mobsters were replaced by the Gerard group. Perhaps both sides reached an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the Gerard group, with their massive influence, power, and resources. The casino above us, no, I should say this entire cruise liner, exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Chongju looks toward the ring. Workers are clearing up the doll wreckage from the arena. The sight makes Chongju's voice more somber. There's no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We were lucky to be able to live under the protection of Griffin, but we simply didn't know enough about the dark side of civilized society. Now that you mention it, since this cruise is for members only, all the people it serves are definitely wealthy or powerful, right? Maybe Gerard uses places like these to gain political leverage on them. Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings that we haven't discovered yet. Dang it. I wish I could reveal all their bad deeds to the world. Hey, who turned out all the lights? Suddenly, the lights above the audience seats go out, one after another, from the outside inwards. In the darkness, a shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MV Novalis. Our Queen of the Ring, KO9, will be taking a short rest, and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to wager on the outcome, please proceed to the right of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips on hand. No wonder you need gold chips to get into this place, so that's what they're for. I'm sure many of our honored guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches, and as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contenders against KO9 tonight are entitled to a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed GNL Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discounts tonight should they decide to purchase them. The host claps, and a carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into the frame, ranging from domestic dolls to entertainment types and everything else in between, each of a brilliant different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as KO9 does. As you can see, the dolls from GNL Beta batch have blank neural clouds, and their default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, or allow them to be freely used. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe. Oh, does that mean they won't even try to fight back? Of course. The host's voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts from the audience. Some people are already planning on how to make full use of their new acquisitions. All kinds of deviant discussions filter through the air and make their way to Chongju's and Cheetah's ears. Holy crap, are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Leader, can I go and teach them all a lesson? No, I feel like... even though I feel like I would, allow that for Cheetah, we still need to focus on the operation here. Calm down, Cheetah. We haven't found Lin yet. It is kind of interesting to see this. It does feel like more world building when it comes to dolls and their uses. I feel like so far it's been like very like wastelandy type stuff, like the stories I've been seeing so far. And yeah, this is like something that I think is kind of like interesting to hear about too, like with the dolls and like their uses. Because I mean, so far I've been only seeing dolls for like combats, like the tactical dolls, and then there's like the domestic ones where they're like, pretty much like what's her name? The one that used to work in the Suchero Cafe, but she was really bad at her job, and that nobody wants her. I forgot her name, but pretty much I think it's the one before this event, right? Or the one before that, I forgot which one. The one in the Squad 404. But yeah, there was her. Also, we learned something from that little speech just now. At the very least, we know why the dolls in the arena all seem so strange. Turns out, they were under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that Lin has also been controlled by that virus. And yeah, that's also interesting too. Like, for a game that's like, really big on fan service like this and stuff, we never really seen like the spicy side of things that much, really. Like for the dolls being used, like I said, it's only been like used for like, like combats or maybe like a shop, like employee or something. But yeah, never like something like this. I've never seen it being used like this. With a snap, the spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly clean ring. Alright, after the short intermission, it's time for what we've all been waiting for. Since our next contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary line, lest you be injured by stray rounds. The light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the arena around the ring, blocking it off from the audience. And now, introducing the Queen of the Ring and her challenger. As the audience cheers, the spotlight focuses on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. But yeah, we'll resume this next time, guys. Uh, yeah, we'll see this fight, and yeah, this will be interesting to see about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see like how uh this will go. I still don't know if this is like before or after, like just meeting the commander. Like at least with the Frostwall squad, I feel like with Krolik it can be like at any time right now because that's not the real Krolik. But I'm kind of curious if they like met the commander, thus like meeting Krolik as well. If they even like recognize Krolik. From the looks of it, it doesn't look like they recognize Krolik, so this is probably before they met the commander. I do wonder like what is Lynn's thoughts on like seeing Krolik for the first time, if that is a thing. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, really interesting. Like I said, world building stuff and also Krolik as well. I think it's very interesting. It does, you know, I feel like add new information to take in. But anyway, guys, I'm just rambling. I'll just go ahead and end it here. That'll be for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good